If you were playing Star Wars games in the early 2000s, then you were playing Star Wars Battlefront without a doubt. It was the first game to successfully capture the scale of a battle in the Star Wars universe. And in Battlefront 2, they made it possible for you to have space battles where you can land on enemy ships and sabotage their machines. But the thing that made Battlefront and Battlefront 2 amazing was the timing that it released. This was like a renaissance of online gaming, and these two games were there for it. So what better way to celebrate these awesome games and their legacy in online gaming than by making some of the most awkward remasters I've ever played. Now, you know me, I am so positive about video games that I'll take a badly reviewed game and find the good in those games. That's like my thing. I love doing that. But when a game as big as Star Wars Battlefront was for the online gaming community gets a remaster that really sort of bums me out and also reminds me that the game didn't really age that well, I gotta talk about that too. So for starters, this game's matchmaking is either really bad or there are no people left playing this game already. And I say that because most of the matches I played were me and a couple of other human beings and then a bunch of bots. But that's not why we're here. We're here to play online matches, just like the good old days. But playing this remastered collection reminds me that those good old days may have just been old days because the controls are really janky for this game, and I don't remember them being that bad. Now, I'm sure some of that has to do with the fact that there are bugs in this remastered collection, but I don't think all of the issues are bugs. I think this game just is showing its age. So this is a big letdown, not just because the remasters themselves seem to be pretty shoddy, but it's also making me realize that they needed to do something different. They couldn't just re-release these games. They had to do more to make this remastered collection worth playing. And I also think that the developers needed to recognize that Battlefront and Battlefront 2 enjoyed the Renaissance era of online gaming, and we have so many more options now that that's just not going to happen again. The popularity of this game isn't going to be one that encourages a strong player base for years to come. Granted, they probably accounted for this by only making about 3 servers available at launch, which is just a weird thing to do on the most popular weekend this game's going to have. But beyond that, when I'm playing Battlefront 2, especially in the space battles, I'm realizing that there is some fun to be had. Because there's nothing cooler than infiltrating an enemy cruiser, blowing up all their stuff, and then getting back in your ship, flying around, and blowing them out of the sky. That's very fun. It's objectively a good time. As a matter of fact, I think Battlefront 2 is so similar to Battlefront 1 that they only needed to make Battlefront 2, maybe put some Battlefront 1 maps in it, and then just release that with some more single-player things to do. Maybe not a campaign, but something to keep me interested in playing this game offline, because to be honest, that's how a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Because all of these connection issues and the low player population aren't going to get better, and that's going to sort of leave the game dead in the water. Sure, you could tell someone to go play the new Battlefront games if they really want an online Star Wars experience, but honestly, I think most people wanted to play the old games with a fresh coat of paint and something new to do. That's the whole point of a remaster like this, to celebrate a game that had a lasting impact on a community of people and make it shine one last time. Make it available for play on modern consoles and give it another chance at life. And who knows, maybe the community would have grown around the game over time. Maybe it would have had a strong shot out of the gate if the servers worked on launch weekend. Obviously, Star Wars games are very near and dear to my heart, but I also think Star Wars and video games are a perfect combination. There are so many stories to tell, so many things that you can experience in the Star Wars universe that can be so easily translated into a video game. But this video doesn't have to end on a completely negative note, because I did really enjoy the Star Wars Dark Forces remaster, and if you want to see why I liked it so much, make sure you click here. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day.